There's another take I saw on my timeline that I thought was just like emblematic of the times. In quotes, crypto trading close to all-time high arguments are logically flawed as they lack timing and benchmark decisions. Yes, crypto is still trading below 2021 highs. That's a problem. It's a sign of weakness, not a strength. And so I think I've said this, maybe we have said this, it's just like, yo, like Ether still below all-time highs, Bitcoin crossed all-time highs but fell back down below. Still plenty of like upside left in this market. And this individual is giving the opposite side of the account. Like the SPY is massively at all-time highs. Like many equities are at huge all-time highs and crypto is not. That is a sign of weakness, not strength. And so just like another bullish or bearish take that has been like circling around like my feed these last weeks. And I'm kind of reminded of the episode we did with Chris Berniski not too long ago, the last episode we did, where bearish takes go viral when everyone is bearish. And of course, vice versa, bullish takes also go viral when like the market is like looking for bullishness. And like bearish takes were going viral over the last like 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah, sentiment is reflexive, but I do think there's something to this underlying tweet. Is like people are looking over at the S&P and like stock market, and they're seeing all-time highs over there, and they're looking at crypto and they're seeing like no all-time highs, nothing close. Right. And so like there's almost a question of like what happened. Maybe the glass half full interpretation of that is like, wow, this is a sign of weakness. Is there something structurally wrong with crypto? The reason we have all-time highs in the stock market, but we don't have them in crypto. It's like one interpretation of this is has the whole industry, has the whole market liquidity kind of pivoted to AI. Nvidia is like sucking in all of these gains. And it's like smoking things, whereas crypto is stagnant and off all-time highs. So that's kind of the sentiment right now that we're looking at. So I think we should dissect these one by one, like kind of like the FUD, and then we'll talk about the bull case too. The ETH ETF will be nothing. Gox is going to dump on you. There's no new use cases in crypto. There's too much token supplies. Let's take some of these one by one. David, there was a thread that went somewhat viral on the impact of the Ethereum ETF, an analysis. So many folks had been saying, including like, our take, Bankless take, is that Ethereum ETF is going to be absolutely massive. Right. Not necessarily.
TradFi is going to love the ETH ETF.
Yes, and not necessarily immediately, but like inflows will steadily like come in, and we'll get like 20% of the inflows or so of the Bitcoin ETF, and maybe that's a conservative estimate, and those flows will be good for Ethereum because there's not very much ETH supply on the market. This analysis from Andrew Kang does the exact opposite. So his analysis is that the ETH ETFs will be basically nothing. What's some of the summary of like Andrew's take on this?
Yeah, he says, personally, I believe the expectations of crypto natives are overinflated and disconnected from the true preferences of TradFi allocators. So I think that's kind of the main punchline here, is that the true preferences of TradFi allocators is actually just not on the radar of crypto natives. We just like aren't tuned to what they actually want. And he goes in and says some of the things that we actually have frequently said about Ether and why TradFi might like it. Like Ether, it's a cash flowing asset. It does a buyback and burn. Like you can model this out. You can put it in DCF. This is something that TradFi can reason about. It's a tech asset. But then Andrew Kang goes into some of the actual metrics with $1.5 billion 30-day annualized revenue gives Ethereum, Ether, a 300x price to sales ratio, which is like very expensive, with negative earnings to PE ratio after inflation. He says that it's a tech asset, these metrics are dog shit. It's a dog shit tech asset in the grand scheme of things. And then he also goes to say that we got net Bitcoin inflows at around $5 billion of buy pressure. There's $15 billion of net inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs, but some of that is doing a bunch of delta neutral stuff. So some of that Bitcoin ETF inflows is also selling on some different exchange. So net inflows are 5 billion. That's Andrew Kang's math. And then he thinks when you do how the correlation with how much is going to go into Ether, he's thinking 0.5 to 1.5 billion, which is a much lower number. That's not a very high number at all.
He says this in conclusion: before the ETF launch, I expect ETH to trade from 3K to 3,800. So that's within range of where we are now. After the ETF launch, my expectation is 2,400 to 300. So David, a price point lower than we are now after the Ethereum ETF products go live, right? It's like, I think a lot of the bull case would be like, obviously new inflows were going to go up. And he's saying we go down because the inflows will actually disappoint crypto investors and the market in total. He also, in another tweet, like on the back of this, compared Ethereum charts and the ETH Bitcoin ratio to Intel. Actually, and he shows like kind of Intel hit an all-time high and then just like never fully recovered in terms of all-time highs against some sort of indice. And the question is, has Ethereum lost its steam too? Will the ETH ETF flows disappoint? Anyway, we got to get the bear cases out before we get to the bull case, but that is the bear case on the ETH ETF. And we talk about Mt. Gox again.
Mt. Gox.
All right.
How many times have we talked about Mt. Gox in this podcast?
All right, Mt. Gox. This was actually breaking news. After how many years has it been, David?
11.
Like 11 years.
Yeah.
Is the Mt. Gox, is all of that supply finally going to become unleashed on the market? What are we looking at here?
Not all of it, but yes, we actually are getting a date that is going to be early July is what they said, which is, that's like 2 weeks. So the rumor is that $9 billion of Bitcoin is going to become available and distributed to creditors of Mt. Gox. It is perceived by the market, the classic like Mt. Gox FUD is that, well, these creditors have had their capital locked up in these like Mt. Gox distribution court cases for 11 years. And Bitcoin has, what's 11 years of big price action? It's like really, really good. It's a lot. And so they're going to sell. Clearly they're going to sell. They're like forced holders for 11 years. That's going to be selling pressure. And so it's been perceived by the market that when these Mt. Gox coins finally get put into the hands of their owners per the distribution of the courts, then all of those people are going to sell. And that's why like this Mt. Gox FUD has been like overhanging the market as long as I've been in crypto. I got into in 2017. It's just been this like meme that has just been passed down through the generations.
Yeah, it's like one of those like China's banning crypto type recurring like cycles. Mt. Gox like supply is going to become released, but this time it actually looks like it's going to be true. And we're talking about a substantial amount of Bitcoin, $9 billion worth of
Remember,
Bitcoin.
Earlier in this podcast, we just talked about how $3.4 billion was net sold on Monday. That was the big red candle day.
Yeah.
And so the market is like, we got $9 more billion to get sold.
Yeah. So maybe like obviously part of the Monday price drop was front running some of that activity, right. But like we actually haven't seen the pressure. So when is that happening? Am I reading July?
Early July. Yeah.
And does it all come in a lump sum? All 9 billion is available right away?
No, we'll talk about that. But does the market know that? I'm not so sure.
Interesting. And to add insult to injury, David, do you know that Germany, the country of Germany, is actually dumping on us?
Where did Germany get Bitcoin?
Yeah, they got it in a seizure. So there was, I don't know, it was like, I'm just not the Pirate Bay, but it's some sort of, like a black market, gray market type of
government
thing.
Government intelligence seizure of crypto.
Yeah, German government seized $3 billion worth of Bitcoin. They've started to sell, and they're continuing to sell. You can see their transactions
they're just
on chain. So
the entire country of Germany.
Arkham is doing this. So yeah, they're paper handing. I don't know. Right. Maybe they have to by law. It feels like maybe like they're going to regret that in 10 years.
They should change that.
Anyway, they're dumping on us too. So it's not just Mt. Gox. And that's not all. The FUD kind of continues. So how about this? We have no new use cases in crypto tech. Like the best we can do are these cheap celebrity meme coins. We got nothing new. What take are we looking at here?
Yeah, this is Saigar, who I wouldn't say that this take is, this take is actually old. This was June 14th, so like a little bit over a week ago. But it's a take that has been like brewing. And a lot of the recent sucker punches that we've got just recently, the Mt. Gox, the Germany selling, all this kind of stuff, is like layering on like this previously like nihilist sentiment about the current state of crypto. Yeah. And so all of these like current events that's happening this week just feel way worse because we have these like there's no new use cases for crypto this cycle. So Saigar, he tweets out 2017 we had ICOs, 2020 we had DeFi summer, 2021 we had NFTs, 2024 what the hell do we have? He says the real mania begins when a new paradigm comes around and brings in new entrants to crypto. My guess the innovation this time around will evolve around consumer-friendly apps that are unlocked by better tooling. But where is the apps? Where are the apps? And so we have these ideas about where the apps are, but like right now we have celebrity meme coins. And Jason Derulo is coming back to launch his like fourth or fifth like rug that he's been in crypto.
He's done this before?
He's done this like 4 times before.
Jason
Zach
Derulo?
XBT is like in his mentions, in his replies, like every tweet saying like, just FYI, this guy's a scammer. He actually got community noted by the Twitter app saying like, hey, by the way, this guy has done this before. This is like his 4th time. Like, don't buy his bullshit. And so like, no, you don't get to put like celebrity meme coins as like the mania that is bringing people in 2024.
Am I right that he usually does this like near cycle tops too? It's like when things
he doesn't do it
frothy,
in bear markets, that's for sure.
Yeah, he doesn't do it in bear markets.
Yeah.
This is a David Phelps take, which is related. This has to be the strangest era in crypto I can remember. The tech is finally ready to be used at scale, but almost nothing useful is being built. This is nearly the exact opposite of how it was in 2017 and 2021. 2017, we just discovered programmable money and smart contracts and some early use cases like ICOs as a result of that. That was a magical time. 2021, it was the world waking up to DeFi. And what do we have this time, David?
That's a good question. What do we have this time?
Yeah,
we don't have.
That's why
all the apps that I'm using are the apps that I've been using.
That's why it's a weird market cycle. Yeah. This is Miles making the case that like crypto media is suffering as well. Crypto YouTube views are disproportionately lagging the Bitcoin price. I don't know if these are his YouTube views. Oh, it's a whole bunch of.
So even we're in there. I thought that's what kind of why I included in this. So like this is just all crypto like YouTube views. So like we're on there. Altcoin Daily is here. BitBoy Crypto is there. Just like Data Dash. Bunch of just like crypto YouTubers. And the Bitcoin price is up at all-time highs, but just like views on YouTube have not followed. Like we had our like Mark Cuban interview in the middle of 2021 that got like literally at 1 million views. And we don't have anything like that this cycle. Like the people searching crypto terms on YouTube just aren't the same as it was in 2021.
Yeah, again, it's retail, it's not here. We don't have any tweets on this, but we could add to like there's a feeling of too much supply. The number of tokens out there are at all-time highs. There's a lot of VC unlocks that have been coming, and people are like, people are getting sick of the airdrop meta. People are getting sick of the low float, high FTV like
WorldCoin
tokens.
is getting its first unlock in like 4 weeks coming up soon, so like that's gonna be fun to watch. Like if you're a WorldCoin investor, like you're selling, that's what you're doing. You're up a bajillion X.
Well, I don't know what it is now, but I remember seeing like a close to $100 billion market cap for this thing, at least from not market cap, fully diluted valuation, at least, which is absolutely crazy. All right, so that's the bear case. I feel like we've established that enough. David, give me some hope, man. Where's the hope coming from?
To continue leveling up your crypto game, then you need to get on the Bankless newsletter. It's the world's most popular crypto email and is completely free. Just click below to sign up.